Getting an elk tag is super difficult. They live year-round in the mountains. We're there for a few days. Getting into bow range on a big bull, it's not easy. That's why I decide to do difficult things and train hard every single day. Hey, Dan Staton here, founder of Elkshape, and I've been elk hunting for 24 years. We founded Elkshape in 2013. Elkshape is simply where my two biggest passions collide, fitness and archery elk hunting. And the cool thing is they both coincide. I use a ton of fitness in my style of elk hunting. I love that elk hunting gives me a big motivation to train and stay fit year round. Man, elk are so important and special to me. I owe it to them and myself when I step out in the field. This is my home archery range, 5 minutes from my house. It's I haven't been here since August, but it's mid-October, have the range to myself. It's kind of a nice little valley, but man, it gets windy, so I try to be here right at first light, and then I have it to myself and can really get some perfect practice in. It's awesome. Hey guys, just finished wrapping up kind of some content with MKC. It's been awesome, man. We've done a lot of stuff that I like, working out, shooting bows. After elk season, my whole lineup, they're due for a little touch up. The cool thing with MKC, no questions asked, you can send this back in. You can get a factory sharpening job. Like you can see, this one's still bloody. I used all these this fall on elk for my elk and some buddies. So yeah, so this one was just in Montana, believe it or not. So pretty cool hunt, little spot and stock. Broke that down. That was a solo deal, so this knife got a workout. This one was in Utah, so I cleaned it up, but it needs sharpening. And that was an old bull. He was like 11 years old. This is cool. It's got a little custom elk hunter on there for Elkshape. This was the first one I used this year over in New Mexico. I got a bull not too far from the trailhead, not too bad of a pack out. This guy is pretty nice. I used this on my buddy's bull, so I only got to use it on half of an elk, but still, I want it touched up. And then Idaho. And it is cool to have, these are MKC knives that I plan on like passing down to my kids, and it's like just gonna stay in the family. It's just kind of like, this is a family heirloom, man. Like this is a lifetime investment where hopefully maybe my grandkid that I haven't even met yet, that doesn't even exist yet, will maybe use this on their animal someday, which is really cool to think about. So the Blackfoot 2.0 is definitely the first MKC I ever got my hands on. Honestly, because it's my first, I still think it's like my go-to. Like it's my fallback plan. Like the Speed Goat is really cool, but this is my all-time favorite. This is what I plan on using the most. I just want them touched up, ready to go. And it's a cool program MKC has, like no questions asked. You send your knife in and then it'll be sharpened factory, so 2 spec, and it'll be shipped out the very next day and you have it right back. It's awesome. So these are headed to HQ and I'll have them back in a couple of days and go hopefully get them bloody again.
Climbing in my cab. Premium gas, dirt on my jeans, hand on my heart in Dixieland. She the type of woman who don't need a man. She don't need help climbing in my cab. I'm a desert drift, hiding from the heat, banging my speakers as loud as I can, leaning back in my front seat. Heard that there's a fire down by the creek.
I'm Aidan here with Marsh Performance Horses out in Huson. We're just feeding a little today, and now we're gonna ride some colts we just started. There's all the work done, so that's about it.
Eli.
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
I run the horse ranch for Marsh Performance Horses. Like Aidan said, we fed this morning, and I'll get some rides on these colts before holiday, and hopefully get them ready to sell here in a couple months.
Banging my speakers as loud as I can, leaning back in my front seat. Heard that there's a fire down by the creek.
Hey guys, my name is Josh Smith. I'm the CEO of Montana Knife Company, and we have a brand new knife we're releasing today. This is the Stockyard Knife. Now, as you'll notice, this knife is very unique. It does not have a tip on it, and we have a very good reason for that. This is a knife you're not going to see a lot of production knife companies release because it's very specific use case for a certain industry, and that industry is the ranching industry. This knife is meant to carry on your belt while you're working cattle or horses or anything else like that, where you don't want to tip on a knife that could potentially stab an animal. So you're out on the ranch, or you're out, we have 4-H calves and whatnot. You're out there and something happens, whether a rope gets tangled up, there's some baling twine twisted up, calf is caught in a fence or whatever, and you need to use your knife for some reason. That horse, that cow, that calf is thrashing around, and you have to cut something away. And you don't want to stab yourself or the animal that you're working on. And that's why we kind of have this safety tip on here. Now, what's cool is for the rest of you that don't have calves or don't have horses, is this makes for an amazing utilitarian style knife for your blue collar worker. Opening boxes with that tip, pulling, it's amazing. It's perfect. So this knife is also unique from the standpoint that this handle's a little bit shorter. So when you are riding and working out in the field with this, or even at work, you don't have a real long handle sticking out of the sheath to get hung up on things while you're working. Whether you're jumping in and out of a ditch, you're in a warehouse, or you're on a horse and you have ropes and everything else going on, an outfitter. That's the other thing with this knife. We actually had a big horse wreck in Canada on my son's moose hunt in August. The guide got hurt. Pack boxes blasted him off of his horse. If you get hung up or tied up somehow and drug, and you need to pull a knife out to cut yourself free, you don't want to be stabbing and jabbing yourself. Actually, growing up in the Bob Marshall Wilderness, a lady there in Lincoln where I grew up was drugged through the Bob Marshall Wilderness for miles behind her horse. She was an outfitter, Mary Faith Hefner, amazing woman. There's reasons for this, and this knife is really made for those emergencies. This knife also has a lanyard, a hole back here that you can tie your own lanyard on if you would like a lanyard hanging out. It comes with a Kydex sheath that really snaps in beautiful. You can tighten that retention screw down even more so you don't lose it while you're riding. This knife is a 3 3/8 inch blade, 7 5/8 inches overall, and about 3.1 ounces. So it's not super heavy. It's just an awesome blade. It's got Magna cut stainless steel, a G10 handle scales on it. So it's absolutely bulletproof. It's a unique knife, and I think even though we made this knife for the ranching community, you guys are gonna find it very useful in your day jobs. Again, you're not gonna see a lot of knife companies pay attention to our ranchers, our farmers, our rodeo people, but we're Montana Knife Company. We're surrounded by ranchers, farmers, hardworking people. They use knives every single day. You will not find a rancher or a farmer without a knife in his pocket or on his belt. And this knife is for you guys. So we're really proud of this. This is called the Stockyard. The Stockyard knife is named after the stockyards that we bought where we are building our building, and we still have cattle coming in twice a week to our stockyard property to get sold at auction. We're very proud of that. We've kept that open for the public to be able to move their cattle while we build MKC 3.0 over on the far northwest corner of that property. So that's how we got the Stockyard name, after the property that we are building MKC 3.0 on. Real quick with the sheath, this sheath, again, it snaps in, but it also has our belt loop on it where you can horizontal carry it on your belt while you're riding, vertical carry. We also are gonna be carrying leather sheaths on our website, especially for you ranchers, where it's in a leather sheath, it's at an angle, you're gonna be able to adjust where you carry it on your belt, and that sheath is gonna be very handy for you guys that ride a lot. So that's a very specific use case. This is a Kydex sheath. We'll have those leather ones as well, so check out the sheath section of our website and pick up a Stockyard. Thanks a lot, guys.
Hey guys, it's Bip, Montana Knife Company. It's a nice fall day here in Montana. Don't tell the boss, but I kind of snuck out of the shop. We've been really busy. Getting close to the end of the year, everybody is hustling, lots to do, but sometimes it's good to get back to the barn, blow the stink off a little bit and get a little fresh air. So I'm really excited about what we got going. We got a new knife. I'm not a great white hunter. I like to hunt, but it's really not a huge thing. Finally, they built the knife that I'm really excited about. We've got the Stockyard Knife coming out. You know, this is the real deal. It's super durable. It's got a blunt tip. You're not going to be poking yourself if you're out working, and it's super sharp. You could do about anything with this. I think you could probably take out a flathead screw with this thing. But you know, you can turn it over, clean out a horse's hoof. You can whip it out, cut some twine strings. I like the different colors. I'm kind of preferable to the orange and black because I can find it when I drop it. But we're really excited about it. Look it up. I think you're going to be really excited like I am. So, if you want to get your hands on one of these, all you've got to do, like and comment on this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then sign up for the email list and get your hands on one of these. You're going to really like it. It's got the lanyard spot in it, comes with the good Kydex case, and it's a real deal usable knife. You won't be disappointed, and if you didn't like it, send it back. I'll take it.